Sometimes it's hard to give up on players as there's always a chance they could turn things around, but every year there are a few guys that it's probably time to give up on, so that's what we're talking about in today's video. If you guys like the content, smash the like and subscribe button. Let's aim for 4 likes on today's video, and let's get into this. I want to kick things off with probably the most obvious in my opinion, and that's none other than Killian Hayes. Coming into the 2020 draft, it was hard not to get excited about him. The 6'5" French point guard had a really interesting combination of playmaking and smooth shot creating, but pretty quickly, after going with the 7th overall pick to the Pistons, it was clear immediate success wasn't coming his way. As a rookie, he averaged less than 7 points and 5 assists, shooting just 35% from the field and 28% from 3. This past season, he still didn't manage to crack 7 points and was now shooting 38% from the field and 26% from 3. Now this year, he's down from 25 to 18 minutes a game, and he's pulling off one of the worst offensive starts in NBA history. That's not an exaggeration. He's averaging less than 3 points and 3 assists, shooting 20% from the field and 17% from 3. That's truly impressively bad. There's nothing about his scoring skill set worth writing home about. He has no shot to speak of. The second it leaves his hands, it looks like it's off, and it's not like he can make up for this elsewhere. Right now he's shooting less than 17% at the rim. The rookie season was bad, but we always give players some slack, especially foreign prospects. The second year was concerning, and now it seems we're at the point of no return, and it's officially time to give up. No matter what he can bring to the game outside of scoring the ball, he's become such an offensive liability, it's unlikely we'll even see him in the rotation when the Pistons actually have hopes of competing. Now for this video, I want to make it clear that not everyone is in the same situation. For example, I think it's safe to say Hayes is just a complete and utter bust. Our next guy, Okoro, might still have a solid career ahead, but I think it's time to give up on him ever coming close to the expectations associated with a top 5 pick in the draft. In the 2020 draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers decided to take the 6'8" athletic wing with the 5th overall pick in the draft. Almost immediately, it became obvious scoring was not going to come easy. He averaged just 9 points, shooting 42% from the field and 29% from 3. This past season, he went down to less than 9 points, but raised his efficiency. Now this year, his place in the rotation has completely collapsed. He's gone from basically 30 minutes a game to just 15. He's averaging 2 points, shooting less than 30% from the field, and is yet to make a 3. Right now, the Cavaliers sit with one of the top records at 8-2, yet Okoro has only had a positive plus-minus in 1 game so far this season. While there's definitely still a place for him in this league as a reliable wing defender, it doesn't feel like that breakout Cavaliers fans were hoping for is ever going to happen, especially with how this roster is built. This team's frontcourt duo of Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen is one of the most feared defensive duos in the league, but their lack of floor spacing almost forces the Cavaliers' hand into prioritizing wing minutes for superior perimeter threats like Karis LeVert. Another former top pick whose role is starting to fall apart is Bamba. Bamba was a lock to be a top selection in the draft the second he touched the college court for the 2018 season. The 7-footer with a record-breaking 7'10" wingspan averaged 4 blocks a game. It definitely felt like the right selection when the Magic took him with the 6th overall pick. Now he would struggle to expand his role early as the Magic were still trying to make something of the Nikola Vucevic era. Through his first 3 seasons, he averaged just 15 minutes and 6 points, but more concerning was his defensive struggles. Now things would get a little bit more interesting last year with Vucevic now in Chicago and Bamba thrusted in the starting lineup. He averaged over 10 points, 8 rebounds, 1.7 blocks, and actually shot 38% from 3. After that season, they actually extended him to a 2-year, $20 million deal, but as of right now, it's looking like a fluke season. He's once again struggling to hold on to his spot in the rotation, currently facing the smallest role of his career. Wendell Carter has a grasp on the starting position, and Bol has proven himself worthy of most of the backup minutes. He's averaging 5 points and 3 rebounds, and that doesn't even tell the full story, as it's heavily inflated by one 19-point outing. I keep trying to hold on to hope. I loved him as a prospect. Last season suckered me in, but it's not looking good. Another player from the 2018 class that I think everyone's given up on if they already didn't like 3 years ago is Kevin Knox. Knox's career just hasn't made a lot of sense to me. He was a top recruit in high school, he had a great freshman season at Kentucky, displaying what he could do with the ball in his hands, then dominated the summer league, leading to a ton of anticipation for his NBA debut. As a rookie though, it was bad. He averaged 13 points, shooting 37% from the field, but most were still hopeful. New York fans a little too much as usual. By his 3rd season, he was averaging just 4 points a game. Then last year, he basically completely fell out of the rotation and was traded midway through the year to Atlanta, where he averaged just 6 points, and now this year, with the Detroit Pistons, he's averaging less than 8 minutes, 2 points, and shooting 26% from the field. Everything felt like it was there, the physical profile, the skill, the talent. It just never came together, and at this point, it's not looking like it ever will. Another player whose collapse completely caught me off guard, and even the league has given up on now, is Jarrett Culver. Culver was an incredible prospect. He made a name for himself as an efficient 3-and-D wing as a freshman at Texas Tech. Then as a sophomore, he exploded in a ball-dominant role, leading them to a national championship appearance. Going into that 2019 draft, it truly felt like he was one of the safer prospects in the class, and it seemed like a great decision by the Timberwolves to trade up to the 6th overall pick and grab him. But it didn't take long for that not to feel like the case anymore. He put up an inefficient 9 points as a rookie, not proving to be nearly the defender we expected. His role completely collapsed in year 2, going down to just 5 points a game. Then this past year, he was with the Grizzlies, where he played an average of just 9 minutes across 27 games, and now this season, with the Atlanta Hawks, he's played a whopping 3 minutes. It really feels like just yesterday, he was one of the biggest names in college basketball on his way to what many thought would be a very successful professional career. The NBA is unpredictable, and this is just another perfect example. Then we've got a couple of Wizards' recent top picks. Whoever's getting the final say on these selections in Washington probably needs to go. They got Rui in 2019, solid, but nothing too special. Denny in 2020, not looking great. Kispert in 2021, not looking great. And their recent top pick, Johnny Davis, while it's way too early to have a hard stance on, is, well, not looking too great. Denny was an interesting foreign prospect. He was a 6'9" wing with a point forward skill set and a promising jump shot, but now in his 3rd season, most have given up. He's averaging less than 5 points, shooting 34% from the field and 22% from 3. Their top pick last year, Corey Kispert, has only played 3 games so far this year, but he's averaging 5 points, shooting 10% from 3. I really don't want to single out any single player for the Wizards. I just really want to point out that it's probably time to give up on their entire young core, something that has to be concerning for Wizards fans sitting on the massive Bradley Beal contract that has a no trade clause. Lastly, I just want to talk about some guys that I'm fine if you want to hold out hope for, but they're definitely on the hot seat. You've got James Wiseman, which I know is going to get the Warriors fans going. They were fully convinced this man was going to come back from injury and just take the Warriors to the next level. Instead, we're seeing his role shrink every game that goes by. There's just not much to get excited about. He's not a great defender. Right now, he's averaging like 7 fouls per 36 minutes. His game is extremely limited to inside. He's great at getting out in transition for a big, but that alone is not going to keep him on the court. He isn't a great free throw shooter, which doesn't give me the confidence the shooting's miraculously going to come. His physical profile is still crazy. I can see him eventually turning out a decent career, but I think it's fair to have him on the hot seat of bust territory, considering the draft capital associated. Then there's Kobe White, who I have full confidence in will be in this league for a very long time, but it's starting to feel like that's going to be as a rotational guard you hope can just bring you some scoring bursts off the bench rather than a core piece of a team. We've seen him go off on some crazy stretches, but now 4 years in, without the consistency, his role is shrinking. A guy that can only bring you scoring needs to score the ball, and this year he's averaging 8 points, shooting 38% from the field and 29% from 3. The flashes have definitely been impressive, but I am starting to give up. It feels like a solid 6 man is a ceiling right now, which is tough to say, but I think it'll be reflected in his next contract, which will come this offseason. Then lastly, we have someone in just his 2nd season in the league, but they're definitely on the hot seat, and that's Jalen Suggs. Suggs was truly an elite prospect coming into last year's draft. He was a no-brainer selection by the Magic with the 5th overall pick, but after shooting just 36% from the field and 21% from 3, the hype completely went away. Now this year, he's given us a couple games that have stopped most from completely giving up. He dropped 21 to open the season, then last week had 26, but in between, he's put up 3-point games, 9-point games, 6-point games. Right now, he's shooting 25% from 3. I love how well-rounded his game is. If the scoring ever comes, he will be their point guard of the future. It's just hard to be confident that's going to happen, so without a doubt, he's on bust watch. But that's the video, guys. You guys some of your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, smash the like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.